Oh, hey, you guys. It's ECQ season again. I don't know if this is season 3 or season 4 of being in strict lockdown, but it doesn't matter anymore. My name is Lee. This is the Decapitated Thoughts, and today we'll be talking about self love. Stay tuned, and here it goes. I listened to what I have completely recorded, and I was all over the place, and I didn't want that. I wasn't happy. I'm not trying to be perfect. It's just that this topic is something really, really important for me to share with everyone. So, the first recording I made, I sounded like I was just talking about myself. The second one, I was all over the place because I was so excited and things were just pouring into my brain. And I started blurting out words, and it is not how it's supposed to be. We're talking about self love. It's a very broad topic, and I think we are spending more time for this episode than all the other episodes that we're gonna have because it's important, because it's the very foundation and start of all of those love that we all practice and know. What I've observed is that when we talk about self-love, we equate it with narcissism, or we would start talking about the vain stuff, which is fine. I mean, exercise, healthy diet, and night care skin routines, those are all part of self love. But that's not entirely self love. What the pandemic had highlighted is the need for mental health to keep positive and whatnot. But you also have to realize that that there is there is truth to toxic positivity out there, which instead of giving you peace of mind, it gives you more pressure to be something else than what you're not. There is toxic positivity. Now, really, narcissistic love is a different side of self love. I wouldn't call it the bad side. I mean, for every concept or story that we have, there's always two sides, or sometimes there are three sides, even if you want to have a middle ground. So, if you talk about luck, you have the bad and the good luck. If you talk about history, you have the story of the winners or the losers. Depending on who's giving you the story, it would be a totally different history. And you have the story of the bystanders, which would just be um, really dependent on the story of the victor or the loser, depends. But see, all concepts, all stories, they would have different sides. I don't want to say that narcissism is the bad side of love. It is still a part of love, and we all do it. And there is a healthy level to narcissism within us, because taking care of ourselves, seeing our physical body as a temple, accepting our physical body, admiring our physical body, admiring your face, that can all lead to, at some levels, that can all lead to really great confidence. And then, of course, there's your good love. Well, the better side of love, it goes beyond the physical. And with the literature that I have read or watched or heard, I drew the line between those speakers, those authors, those people who would give you a whole package of fairy tale and fantasy when we talk about self love. They make it sound so easy. They make it sound like you're not going to go through a lot of pain. That self love is something that you magically get overnight upon, you know, giving yourself a few days to be quiet, and one day you will come into this realization that you're all beautiful, and that this is you, and you accept you, and you love you, and all of those. No, it doesn't happen like that. And there are those authors, speakers, that when they talk about self love, they talk about the bad things that happen to them, the shame in their journey, those things that they have to embrace about themselves to be able to truly understand what self love is. It's not easy, and it's not fairy tale or fairy dusts sprinkled all over you. It's not a journey through the rainbow and then finding your pot of gold at the end. It is you being a diamond, and you don't look like a diamond yet, so somebody has to find you, or you have to fall off the earth. Somebody has to dust you and put you under all of these pressure and painful things, so that later on you will get your shine. Or you're a lead, and you would have to go through hot boiling temperatures just to come out as gold in the end. It is not easy. And what makes it more challenging is that we know ourselves. We know the unlovable part of ourselves. And the question is, can we accept that? Can we love that part? Can we live with it? It's more challenging when you go back a few years, or a lot of years back, and you know what happened to you in the past. You see it from your own lens, and you weight it from your own judgment. You know what actions you have taken that might have affected another person. You know the actions that you have taken that might have hurt you. And you know that you always are responsible for your actions or for an outcome of something in your life. Is that something that you can swallow and digest? And we all have this habit of comparing ourselves, our journey, to other people. I cannot tell you that what you're going through is harder than what I'm going through. And I can never tell you that what you're going through is easier than what I have. Our cross may be decorated differently, but they're all crosses that we bear as we walk. It really puzzles me how we came up with a cliche, you can't give what you don't have. I guess all of my curiosity about self-love started with that. And I started understanding how I am in relationships when I started looking at that cliche. I've been asking myself, where had I been getting all this love from when I don't even have enough love for me? Is it also the question that you ask yourself, or is it the first time that you have ever heard somebody ask that question? Maybe now as you listen, try to ask yourself and give yourself time to think. Where have you been drawing all of that love? And as I go through different materials, I realized that the way that we handle relationships, the way that we project love, and then you get all of these feedback from the people that you've been in a relationship with, whether that's romantic or platonic, or whether that's between you and an ex-boyfriend or a friend that fell out and they give you all of these feedback. By the way, we don't, I think a lot of people do not like hearing it from their exes, but I thought it was just a bad habit of mine to ask people directly or indirectly that I have been in a relationship with and how was I in the relationship. For me, I think that's a feedback that is valuable. And then I thought I was ruminating when I would go back to these instances to take a look at and see what what they have told me. But as I go back to what you can't give, or you can't give what you don't have, there are some feedback there that were very important to this cliche. So somebody told me that I tend to project what my emotional needs to other people. That answers my own question, which is, where am I getting all of this love from when I don't even have enough? That's it. I don't have enough. So I need somebody to fill it in. And the way that I'm demanding, even when I didn't wanted to admit that, the way that I'm demanding for another person to fill it within me, that's exhausting the other person. So when the roles are reversed, I am in a situation wherein the other person is demanding of me. At points, I would be happy to give more than what I can give. I mean, at best. But more often than not, I would feel exhausted because I don't even have enough for me, and yet I am giving it away. So I would become very tired, and I am passionate about a lot of things. I get overwhelmed when they start to demand that amount of love from me. Again, why? Because there's nothing that I can draw it from. How about you, stranger? Is it the same thing? Do you feel the same way? Do you know whether you have enough to give away? Sure, it feels good when I exercise. Sure, it feels good when I eat healthy. Sure, it feels good when I look at the mirror and I see and I praise myself for being pretty. Sure, but that's not enough love. There's a big empty space. How to feel it? Sorry, not feel. How to fill. How to fill it with enough love so that I can give it away. Now, I don't want to be talking about myself. And I don't think that this is only happening to me. I know that it happens to other people. I don't find consolation in that thought. But if you're also feeling the same way, if you're also having the same realization, at least now you know that there's another person out there who's going through the same things. I don't believe that there's just another one or two persons who would feel this way. I think there's a lot, if not almost everyone, who feels the same way. And we can't just pinpoint it to what it is. Like, I've been exercising and I've been feeling happy, but somehow I still feel empty. And then we get our phone, you go to a dating platform, you look for a person, you talk to that person for a couple of days. For a couple of days, that would feed your brain chemicals, excitement and happiness and whatnot. And sometimes we meet with this person and then you do it. There's that human connection, that human touch. So your brain would be filled with oxytocin and dopamine and whatnot. But at some point, you would still feel empty. Why? Because that's just chemical rush. It's the same thing that happens to addicts. It feels empty because it is empty. And we're trying to We're trying to get it from other sources, but those other sources aren't the sources that should fill it in, that should flood it. So we don't want to be vulnerable. That's the truth. It's hard to be vulnerable, even when we're alone. I admire those people who can just be really true to themselves. And I think those people who can be true to themselves, they can be true to themselves with or without any other person in the room. They can go inside the room, take off all of their clothes, notice that they have flabs in their belly, and they would be forgiving about their flabs. Oh, I was really hungry today, so I ate a lot from the buffet. And that's fine because I want to nourish myself. Because I love myself. I don't want myself to go hungry. So it doesn't matter if I have a little bit of this fat, but you know what? It's not healthy. So I'll go on a treadmill tomorrow, not to punish myself for having these fats, but so that I would be able to burn them and use them as an energy for the next day. I envy those people. And no, that's not me talking. I'm not like that. When I'm alone in my room and I see these flaps, I hate them. And I still have a long way to go before I can be that person. Yeah, and I've been having corrupted intentions all along for losing weight. I envy those people. I envy those people who knows how to manage their shame. It has happened to me before. I felt bad about it. It's not something that I'm proud of, but it's part of my story. And these are the things that I have learned. And I can move forward knowing that these are the things that I have learned and knowing that my past does not define me. It only makes me a better character, and that anyone who had hurt me in the past are people that I have forgiven, whether they asked for it or not. I envy those people because I am not one of those persons. Are you one of those persons? When you're alone in your room, can you really say that? I thought that I had become forgiving, but in reality, I'm just good at being indifferent. I'm happy when people think that I'm nice, but sometimes it feels fake because I know how mean I can be. I just don't say it. Whatever thoughts that I may have, I think twice. If there's anything that I would want to post on social media, I think twice. It might be a lesson that the 5 people you meet in heaven left me. How one action or one thought can affect other people. At some levels in my life, I did look at myself as somebody higher than everybody else, but I'm no better than anybody else, and so are you. We all have crosses to bear. No matter how decorated they may be, there's still crosses that we bear. I am also just as tactless as anyone. Maybe I just have a little bit of better control, especially when posting on social media. But if I would be in a confrontation, I would be as tactless. Maybe not tactless, okay. I would say what I want to say, but I'm still aware of what I'm saying. So after that confrontation, I will torture myself for days. Did I say it right? Should I have said it? What if they took it so personally and they would do this, and then my brain can come up with 100 scenarios of how bad it can go for the other person. But, a part of me would be happy that I told you about it, that I told you what I felt, that I told you what I was feeling at that moment. or what I thought at that moment. One part of me would feel really, really good that I have told you, even though I know that it may sever our relationship. It's the same thing for me as when I give out compliments. I give a lot of compliments, by the way, if you deserve it. If a person deserves it, I don't mind giving it again and again. So if you're really pretty, I would tell you that you're really pretty. If you're really handsome, or if you're handsome from my lenses, I would tell you almost every day that you're handsome. And that's not um to over compliment you or to give you a wrong sense of confidence. That's just really how it is. You tell people how it is. Self love is more challenging than the love that we have, that we are willing to give away, because this is the love where we are getting it from. This is the source of that love. And if we don't have it, no matter how innocent, no matter how good our intentions are in loving someone, it comes across differently. If you don't have the right amount of love, what do I mean? Codependence, being needy, being selfish in a relationship, wanting all the attention. All of these are lack of love from yourself. So you're dependent, codependency, right? You're dependent to another person because you can't find that same amount of love within you. And so I'm going to ask it from another person. And then they would be exhausted. When they want to break up with you, they can't find the words because they still love you. They know that you're important and special, but they can't put it in words. They would say they're tired, but they don't really understand what's going on. That's what is going on. They're exhausted. They can't find any more love to give you. Number one, because we don't know if that person that we're demanding it from also would have a good well of love. It's easy, perception management. It's easy to show up as somebody who's really filled with it. But the question is, behind closed doors, does this person feel that? Do you feel that? So in the case of a breakup, once the other person already had left us, we would usually be asking ourselves and torturing ourselves for days really weird questions that only ourselves can actually answer. Whether we got closure or not, we are bothered of the real quote-unquote reason why the other person left. Was my love not enough? Was I not enough? Did I not spend my time? And then it would be the well of a lot of unexplained emotion and anger, because we would realize that, oh, I spent so much time for this person, I did this for this person, and yada, yada, yada. But we always skip the question of our own intention for doing those. Did I spend time because I was expecting him to spend time with me? Why was I expecting that he would give me back what I gave him? How am I expecting my love to be returned? Or am I expecting my love to be returned the same way that I gave it? Or did I demand more? We don't ask those questions. Have you? I never did. But have you asked those questions after a breakup? And when we go to our friends would always be so supportive and would give us all the positive things that we want to hear. And so because of that, and not by their own fault, we would now forever be skipping those important questions that might have laid our analyzation to rest, and that might have made us a better person or a better partner in the future. Now, why do we why do we do that? Why do we skip that? Maybe because our brains are wired to skip anything that makes us feel guilty or shameful because they're not really pleasant feelings. So being guilty is I am guilty of a crime, and I know that. I acknowledge I'm guilty of a crime. And being shameful, and now I am ashamed of being the crime, of being the source of that crime, of simply being the crime. To illustrate this further, let's take a really sensitive topic about sex. We never had sex education in school. I'm Asian, by the way, and I'm Filipino. And I only get a few friends that I can talk about sex, honestly. When you talk to me in person, I can't even say my body parts. I censor myself all the time. I am uncomfortable in saying those things. I think, well, because growing up, it has been greatly demonized. And just the thought of saying it, I feel so guilty of being so dirty. So I will censor myself out. And it's not only happening to me. I know a lot of people, and I am actually happy to have met people who doesn't care about that. And I've always looked up to them because they can just blurt it out and talk about positions and what they don't like and what they like and what pleases them and all of those. There's a weird amount of freedom that you can feel if you do that. Now, what brought about that? Because, growing up, people would tell you that it's not right to have sex. I can't find the word. I'm thinking of a Filipino word, bastos, to say those things. It's bad. It's ill-mannered to even think about it, to even talk about it to your friends. More so your body parts, and everybody had been censoring their body parts. They call it with a lot of different names because it's shameful to talk about your body part. It's by no fault of society. We had been demonizing these topics for a very long time, and I'm not here to change society for that. I'm not some kind of a hero. I'm just putting it out there. And so when the really bad things happen, like if somebody experiences abuse or sexual harassment or rape, the victims usually do not come forward because of shame, because they feel that they were the crime. They feel that it was their fault that they experienced the crime, because I went home late, because I was wearing short skirt, maybe because I was projecting too sexually, because all of these things were associated with being bad, and so they don't come forward. That's your guilt and your shame. And it's really hard to be forgiving yourself for something that you feel ashamed about. But that's what self-love is, loving both the lovable and unlovable parts of you. Before you can love the unlovable parts of another person, love yourself first. In one of the TED Talks that I've listened to, a Japanese author, Keiichiro, I can't remember his last name though, gave a very, very good idea of self-love. And it is loving yourself through others. That reminds me a lot of how love fulfills itself. And I think I've read The Alchemist a couple of times, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and every time I read it, I give that line a different meaning. I haven't read it recently, but I feel like I'm starting to understand how love fulfills itself. See, when you meet someone that you're really happy with, you meet a part of yourself that you haven't met yet. It's the same concept that Neon Genesis Evangelion, the anime, had introduced, that a part of you or some version of you exists in every person's brain, at least every person that you meet. So the more public you go, the more of those selves that you can find. So the more chaos that you see, because now there's more bits of you that you have to consider about. Everything is really give and take, don't you think? Yeah. So once you let others to love you, you meet a part of yourself that you haven't met before. And this is something that I haven't done really. I thought I was letting other people love me. But the truth is, I am not, because I don't have a space to put their love in, because they're all still in the boxes of shame that I haven't confronted with about myself. And so I self destruct in most relationships. I always find a way to mess it up and then feel bad about it later on and regret that it has ended the way that it has ended without really considering that I didn't really have any space for it. So I can't really say that I have a space now, but I am making spaces. I can't really say that I'm ready to give it away, but we'll see. I won't say when the right person comes along. I would just say when the opportunity comes along. Let's see if it's something that I can give. Everybody had been saying, it's also a cliche that they say that to love is to let go. And if it comes back, then it's truly love. And they tell you to be free, you have to let go of yourself. These are abstract concepts that are sometimes really hard to grasp. And it's fine because all of them are part of self-love. And if communication is one of the basic foundations of a relationship, and if self-love is a kind of a relationship that we have for ourselves, when was the last time you truly asked yourself, how are you? Are you okay? Are you doing good? How are you feeling? Have we processed these feelings? And this all comes from a person who would self-confess that she doesn't know how to deal with her own feelings. And I've been very comfortable with that. It had become an excuse. And for years, I have chosen not to correct that because it was convenient for me. Oh, and that's not even self-love. That's just really a corruption of a thought. And I was just like everybody else, afraid to be vulnerable. But, now I'm correcting it. I'm recognizing that it is hindering me from loving myself more. So it has to go. Have you communicated with yourself lately? Have you asked yourself? You don't have to vocalize your communication with yourself. They can happen in different ways. They can happen when you're praying, when you're meditating, when you're just quiet, when you're just listening to your favorite song. Or you can vocalize it. Doesn't matter. If you don't mind sounding crazy, even better. Self-love is really a lot of work. Self-love would be a journey within you. And I don't know how many breakdowns I had now, since I had been very curious of how to love myself more. Also, I've let go of perception management doesn't help. It's merely a fantasy that we create for our own defenses so that people won't see through us. I think I still don't want people to see through me as easily, but I also want to be able to open up to the right persons, to persons who makes me comfortable, to persons who are willing to love me and who are not depriving themselves from me. I also want to give the same amount or the best amount that I can give to them. Sit to yourself, talk to yourself. That's the only way that you can be kind. When you talk to yourself, you would find the things that are good and bad about yourself. And then you would be able to start to validate your own feelings and acknowledge and recognize the things that needs to be fixed, needs to continue, and needs to start. So that's self-improvement. And this is how love fulfills itself. Once you start that, you're going to be mentally stable, emotionally stable. You're going to have strong spirit and whatnot. It all starts within yourself. And it all starts with realizing whether you have enough love to give. So before you go on to unconditional love and things like those, take a good look at yourself. Tell yourself you love them. You love her. Give yourself a pat in the back. Go get wine, drink, and toast your own successes, whether there are people watching or there are not. Because you love yourself, because you care for yourself, because this is yourself. And once that happens, love can easily fulfill itself, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Did you like our episode for today? Stranger, did you learn something? Oh yeah, let me know. I want to hear your story. And I've been saying that since season 1. I really want to hear your story. We can all learn something from everyone. So please do rate me at linotegami@gmail.com. That's LINOTEGAMI. Let's follow each other on Instagram. Look for me, LILITHSTR or Lilith Star without the A. And I would be happy to share with you the things that I have learned on a personal level. So let's do connect. Tell me your story. I would love to feature you on the podcast and have you as a guest so that I would learn from you. We would all learn from you. You can use this as your platform to tell your story and to let us know the lessons that you've learned. I would be happy. Everyone would be happy. And in the next episode, I am hoping that we can already have one of our guests to answer the questions that we have based on the season 1 episodes. So the season 1 episodes are all available in all streaming platforms. So if you want to review them, review them. If you want to listen to them again, they're all there. Please do. And if you want a guest, again, just feel free to email me. Or if you just have any feedback or any topic that you might have in mind that you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Go ahead and send me an email and I'll do my best to do research or to find things that would answer your question or that would explore the topic that you'd like to talk about. I'll see you and have a great week. See you on the next episode. Hey there, stranger. Do you agree with what we have talked about today? Did you learn anything? Do you have a friend who might need this advice? Hmm, if you agree to all of those, don't miss an episode. Add this to your playlist and send this link to your friend. It was awesome having you today. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Lee, and this is Decapitated Thoughts.